Well, good day, model railroaders. This is as far as we've gotten on the shed so far. So today I'm hoping to just kind of frame in the windows a little bit better, like on top of them there. Get that all completed. See if I can level things up a little bit. But with the shed being this far, and it's already second week into July, I guess it is. But I gotta start doing something with my layout downstairs because I think Amy has waited long enough when it comes to having her little workshop area for her woodworking. So we're gonna head downstairs right about now and start taking the layout apart. So I'll see you when I get down there. Okay, so I started cleaning things up down here so I can start taking the layout apart. I think I've made a bigger mess than I was intending on, but need a place to store all this stuff first. Well, went out to the garage, just happened to find an empty tote, so I'll fill that up, get everything off the top of the layout, and start taking the track apart. Gonna try to keep that mine section, that's for sure. Okay, see when I get this cleaned up, start removing the track. Okay, so while I'm cleaning up my mess that's down here, I put all my track down with glue. So I'm just gonna super saturate. I know, big word for Sparky. But it's all, like I said, all down with glue, so I'm just gonna soak the track down and the cork road bed down, let it all sink in while I'm cleaning up the rest of it. So we'll see how good this really does work, using glue and then trying to get it up afterwards. So, see you in a bit. Okay, so I got all the buildings off the layout. Half that tote got filled anyway, so. But the other thing I can kind of toss down there is just a few trees. Fill the spots. Why not? Hopefully it kind of keeps them upright too, so it doesn't wreck them. And these are some of the Bob's long shadowed trees. They're pretty cool. So I want to kind of protect those as much as I can too. Put them down in corners, fill holes. They're still kind of standing up. You guys get the idea. Alright, see what else I can do around here. And here's another place that I'm going to have to clean up a little bit. All these cows are glued in just with the white glue, so give them a good soak, and then hopefully they'll just pull right up. I'm not sure if this is going to come out in the camera or not, but you can see you add the water and let it sit for a little bit. You can watch as the glue, well, you can tell it's starting to mix in there with the glue again. Still pretty rigid though. Oh, that one fell right off. So it's starting to work. Oh. So we'll just let that soak in a little bit more and then we'll start picking cows. Okay, so I found a little box I can put all these cows in because they're going to need a little more cleanup afterwards. I can try to do some of it now. Take the little grass tufts off their feet. It'll turn me pretty green, but probably easier to do it now than it is later. But it should just all pop right up. Well, I hope the track comes up this easy, that's for sure. Alright, well, you guys get the idea. I'm picking cows. It is a farm. Alright, well, we got all the cows out. Guess I really don't want to save my fence. I could try. So I'll spray that next, see if I can get it down, but farm is no more. So I'm just going to spray this track that's up here, see if I can get that off real easy too. Hold on. Okay, so I added the water. Let it sit probably for 10 minutes. Wow, that comes up pretty clean too. A little bit of glue on the back to clean up a bit. But can hold on to that. Hopefully use it in the next layout. But I guess the big question is, will the cork road bed come up off of this? Kind of. Might want to turn it down a bit. This is squeaky. Well, not too bad. Okay, so this corner's been soaking for a little bit. And as you can see, the glue starts to come up a bit. I guess I should go underneath the layout and look for any track feeders and cut those before I decide to start doing this. But white glue dries clear, but you can see the actual lines now where my glue is smeared, and I was using like a paint scraper type thing to put it down, so no shortage of glue to put it in, that's for sure. So let's get this up and see what happens. Alright. Whoa, easy. Oh, now the fun part. See if I can move you guys over. This is where the ballast is. So let's see how easy this comes up. Yeah, kind of hard to stay out of the way of the camera, but wow, add a little bit of water and it comes up real easy. So I'll just keep going with that. Whew, saying goodbye is hard. Alright. Okay, so I guess the other trick here is, because I've soldered all my track and it was all glued, even the flex track's not very flexible anymore. So trying to cut it in a spot that I'll probably use it again later. So might be kind of hard to store curved sections, but yeah, we'll work on it. Okay, I wonder how good the cork comes up. Got to find a place to start it. of that right there. It'll take a bit to clean this stuff up, but doable. There it is. Alright, be right back. Okay, so the board that used to have a farm on it, I got that all ripped apart. And with this incline decline from Woodland Scenics, I actually glued this one down. You can see how much glue I actually used, right? But with this one over here, if you guys remember, I just used barbecue skewers on it. And then put the Woodland Scenics plaster cloth over it. So the next part I'm going to take apart is right there. I'll take all the track and cork off here, right up to the coal mine area. And I know you guys are looking at that going, how are you going to get that off there? Well, more than likely I'm only going to be able to save this part here and then this part over here, because it's just cardboard underneath here. So, but get that all soaked up, get this plexiglass off the front, and I'll start ripping at that. And then I want to see how good these Woodland Scenics risers come off using the barbecue skewer way, because if you glue them, they're not coming back up. You're going to bust them all to rat crap. Okay, so show you that in a minute. Okay, so first, get it all sprayed and soaked. I really want to get this really wet because I got the plaster cloth underneath it, which should just peel off. Is kind of what my intentions or my hopes were when I put it down. So I'm not sure how much of the track I'm going to be able to save, but I really want to save this corner over here. Hopefully you guys can see this corner over here that we're doing. Okay, I'd like to save this little mountain area up. Kind of the first place that I really scenic on this layout. Almost like the only place I really scenic on this layout. So we'll get this nice and wet. Really do the switch up good, because I want to keep my switches. Alright, so that's that part. Now, the other thing that's kind of a hassle right now, so might as well take them out. Normally I'd have a battery operated screw gun for this, but hopefully by the time I get this plexiglass off here, the track should be nice and loose. Plexiglass is awesome, A, for protecting certain spots on your layout, but the other thing is, when your track's getting too close to the edge, plexiglass is awesome. Because I know over here, I had a couple times that the trains actually did fall off the track, and they leaned right up against the plexiglass, so that worked out great. Gotta thank Big Bill for that one. Telling me to put something on the edges because it was just way too close. Never had a problem until somebody said something, and then of course something does fall off the track. So far I'm really impressed though. I've used all the same head screws. Normally if you're just using stuff around the house, you got a couple Robinsons, a couple Phillips, maybe even a flat screwdriver bit in there, but doing good. I think that one's underneath it. That's all right. So if you're looking for videos on how to cut plexiglass or something pretty simple, I do have a couple videos up of that. Biggest thing with cutting plexiglass though is take your time, do it slow. And if you got to drill holes in it, start with a small hole and move up. Don't just go for the biggest hole that you can get because you're going to crack it just like I did right there. Okay, so that part is done, off. So now we'll see if we can get the track up. Feeder wire, couple feeder wires. Ooh, it's making me fight with this one. Come on. I think I got a lot of feeder wires in this part of the track. And I'm going to cut the track over there. So once I get this track all taken up, then we'll get rid of the plaster cloth and we'll see if these things just come straight up and I can reuse them. So hold on. Okay, so the next part of this, now that I get all the track up, is see how easy this cork comes up. And not that easy. Got to work at it, I guess. Okay, so one piece up. Let's see if the next piece comes up like that. Now remember, the whole idea of this is I want to save my risers. We can get into this plaster cloth. Okay. Well, glue sticks to the plaster really good. I'll tell you that much. Oh. Once it does start coming off, woohoo! Okay, so cork's off. Plaster cloth, I'm hoping that peels off. Come on, let go of that. as you can see, my risers are coming right out. So that worked out awesome. Bit of a mess to clean up, mind you. So I'm going to wet this cloth down a little bit more and then just give you guys a quick glimpse of how I did my risers. Quite a while ago now, but I'll show you guys, and you guys just saw how easy it was to get them up, so be right back. So just so you guys can kind of get a glimpse of it, like so. But with the risers and the way they are, you can bend them obviously, as long as you put them this way. If you put them this way, you're kind of screwed. So make sure you put your risers down the right way, and you'll figure that out because of the incline or decline that you're doing. But when I set them all up, then I just put these barbecue skewers in each one of these holes. Not every one, but just enough to hold the feature that I want, the curve or straight or whatever. And then, like I said, no damage to these whatsoever. Right? So I now have 2 sets of risers that I can use on the next layout. So let's get the rest of this tore up. Okay, so again, you just grab the plaster cloth, keep working at it. And voila. These ones, I got to do a little more work over here. Trying to get this mountain out of here, I guess. But I'll work on that now and get all this garbage cleaned up, that's for sure. Okay, be right back. Okay, so here's the part I'm sure everybody's really wondering about, is if I can actually save this piece. So I sprayed it with a bunch of water. Okay, so that part come up not too bad. There we go. And again, I secured the side with barbecue skewers right into the foam. So that made that a little bit easier anyway. But looks like my one tunnel porthole didn't make it. Oh well. Make those every day, I guess. Alright. Okay, so I got the mine section ripped up, unwired. So you can see all the tortoises. I tried to save all the wiring on there. So, but this is the board I'm pretty sure Amy's not going to want left down here. So get it all cleaned up, flipped over on its belly, rip off the legs, and get her all cut up and set outside, ready for scrap. So a little more cork to come off of here. Next picture you see, this should be gone. Alright, see you right after that. Okay, so here's a look at the underside of my layout, just the one desk. So I'm going to rip all the wiring out of it. I'm going to keep all my blocks. I got 2 sets of those, plus I got my switch 8 that's right down here that I've got to unscrew. Definitely don't want to lose that. And then I'll get her all cut up. So, easy peasy. What a mess though. Wow. Okay, so I'm getting all my wiring taken out, trying to save a lot of it, so I didn't get the old video camera going for that. Figured that would bore you guys a bit, but what I use, and you can go to your electrical distributor for this kind of stuff maybe. These are what's known as P-clips. So I just put 1 screw between 2 of them. And that's what I use to hold all my wiring. Like I said, 1 screw between 2. Like so. Works out great. Save some of my bus wiring. But getting into stuff like this, you definitely want to have a power screwdriver now. Couldn't imagine doing all this by hand, that's for sure. And a lot of the other things that I use, a little bit of din rail and some blocks. And I use little jumpers in between all these blocks, color code them with a marker. That's supposed to be black, by the way, not purple, but... And then just screw that underneath the layout, and I got that all the way around. I can do as many jumpers as I need. White, black. So these are all black, these are all white. And then of course both sides too, right? So, okay. Show you when this is all cut up anyway. Okay guys, so we got the big board up, leaning up against the wall for now. Pretty sure we're gonna cut that down and just get rid of it. So we'll use the Sawzall on that. And leaves a lot of open space down here for it, that's for sure, without that 6-foot board in there. But Amy came down and had a good look at it. And even over here, I've got 4 feet deep. And she's kind of thinking she's just gonna make her own bench work. So probably gonna end up ripping all this out. But we'll save that for another weekend. Hopefully I got more of my shed done so some of this stuff can go out there. Still a bunch of stuff under the layout. Bit more stuff to clean up. But for the most part, she can start moving her woodworking materials down here. She can start building a workbench on this side of the wall. We'll just get rid of that completely. That's easy. 3 or 4 cuts with the Sawzall straight through. Done. Done. Bang. Ba-doom. You know how that goes. Hey, bada-boom, bada-bing. Right? Okay. And that'll be going upstairs. Hanging out in the computer room. Just to keep it climate controlled. It is made out of wood. So, save some track. Didn't save much of the cork road bed. Because lots of glue on it and stuff like that. But still lots to do to clean up. So I'm going to get a broom out, get the floor cleaned up for her at least, and she can start doing some measurements. Whatever she wants to do though, for bench work, well, if I take this all apart, she should be alright. Okay, till later on guys, thanks for watching, and I guess this is like part 2 of the shed. Well, not really, but makes me want to get the shed done even more now, and faster. Just because now, no more layout. Okay, till later on guys. Talk to you then. Bye for now.